Shalom. We are going to talk about singing our deliverance. In Numbers 21:17, it reads, verse 16, From thence they went to Beer, that is the well whereof Yahuah spoke to Moses, Gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Yesharel sang this song, Spring up, O well, spring ye unto it. The princes digged the well, the nobles of the people digged it. But by the direction of the lawgiver, with their staves, and from the wilderness they went to Mattanah. We as children of Yahuah have to learn to sing our deliverance, and we can see it come to pass. And the reason why is because if we're singing, then our heart is trusting in Him. We are praising Him for being the one who's quite able to do all things. So they were in the wilderness, and they were on their way to the promised land, and several times they needed water. And this particular time they were told to sing to the place where the well's going to come up. And it didn't mean just stand there and sing. They did have to do some work, because we read here that there was some digging being done, but they sang. In 2 Chronicles 22-32, Then came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, There cometh a great multitude against thee from beyond the sea on this side Syria. And behold, they be in Hazazontamar, which is En Gedi. And Jehoshaphat feared, and set himself to seek Yahuah, and proclaimed a fast throughout all Judah. And Judah gathered themselves together to ask help of Elohim. Even out of all the cities of Judah they came to seek Yahuah. And Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem, and the house of Yahuah before the new court, and said, O Yahuah, Elohim of our fathers, are you not Elohim in the heaven? And don't you rule over all the kingdoms of the heathen? And in your hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to stand before you? Are you not our Elohim? In your hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand you? Are you not Elohim, who did drive out the inhabitants of this land before your people Yesharel, and gave it to the seed of Abraham your friend forever? And they dwelt there, and have built you a sanctuary therein for your name, saying, If when evil cometh upon us as the sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand before this house and in your presence, for your name is in this house, and we cry unto you in our affliction, then thou wilt hear and help. And now, behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, whom thou wouldest not let Israel invade when they came out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say, how they reward us to come to cast us out of your possession, which thou hast given to us to inherit. O our Elohim, will you not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that cometh against us. Neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon you. And I'm going to stop right there for a minute and read from Tahallym, Psalms 123. Listen to this. And I shall lift up my eyes unto you who dwell in the Shamayim, which is the heavens. See, as the eyes of servants are toward the hand of their masters, as the eyes of the female servant are towards the hand of her mistress, so our eyes towards Yahuah, our Elohim. So are our eyes towards Yahuah, our Elohim, until he show favor to us. Show favor to us, O Yahuah, show favor to us. For we are exceedingly filled with mockery. Our being is exceedingly filled with the scoffing of those who are at ease, with the mockery of the proud. So back to 2 Chronicles 20. And all Judah stood before Yahuah with their little ones, their wives, and their children. Then upon Zahaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaniah, the son of Jeiel, the son of Mattaniah, a Levite of the sons of Asaph, came the spirit of Elohim in the midst of the congregation. And he said, Hearken, you, all Judah, and all you inhabitants of Jerusalem, and you, King Jehoshaphat. Thus saith Yahuah unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but Elohim's. Oh, people, if we could understand that no matter how great the multitude is, we are not to be afraid. We are not to be dismayed. Elijah had to show Elisha that there be more that be with us than they that be with him. He prayed. He said, "Yah, show him that there's more with us than be with the enemy." So anyway, so Yah has now spoken and given a word, and I'm going to repeat it. Hearken you all Judah and all inhabitants of Jerusalem, and you, King Jehoshaphat. Thus saith Yahuah unto you, be not afraid, nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but Elohim's. Tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and you shall find them at the end of the brook before the wilderness of Jeriel. Now look what happens when we look to him for deliverance, when we look to him for wisdom. He laid it out for Jehoshaphat. He told them where you're going to find them, and didn't leave nothing unturned, told them everything. Verse 17, ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand you still, and see the salvation of Yahuah with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for Yahuah will be with you. Remember with the crossing of the Red Sea, or the Reed Sea, he told Moses, stretch out your hand, and the waters parted. And remember, he also told them, tell them, the children of Yisrael, that the enemy you see today, you will see them never no more. For Yah is a man of war, and that is written in the book of Exodus. He's a man of war, and he fights for us. Okay, so verse 18. And Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground, and all Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before Yahuah, worshiping Elohim. And the Levites of the children of the Kohathites and of the children of the Korhites stood up to praise the Yahuah of the Elohim of Yisrael with a loud voice on high. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. As they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in Yahuah, your Elohim, so shall you be established. Believe his prophets, so shall you prosper. And when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers unto Yahuah that should praise the beauty of set apartness as they went out before the army, and to say, praise Yahuah, for his mercy endureth forever. So the praises went out first. Okay. And did you hear that they were in the wilderness of Tekoa? And back in Numbers, they were in a wilderness. Okay. Verse 22, and when they began to sing and to praise, Yahuah set ambushes against the children of Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, which were come against Judah, and they were smitten. So Yahuah knows how to set ambushes against our enemy. For the children of Ammon and Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir, utterly to slay and destroy them. And when they had made an end of the inhabitants of Seir, every one helped to destroy another. So after together they had utterly destroyed the inhabitants of Seir, they began to turn on each other. I tell you, y'all knows how to do it. And when Judah came towards the watchtower in the wilderness, they looked unto the multitude, and behold, they were dead bodies fallen to the earth, and none escaped. And when Jehoshaphat and his people came to take away the spoil of them, they found among them in abundance both riches with the dead bodies and precious jewels, which they stripped off for themselves more than they could carry away. And they were 3 days in gathering the spoil. It was so much. And on the fourth day they assembled themselves in the valley of Barakah, for there they blessed Yahuah. Therefore the name of the same place was called the valley of Barakah unto this day. Blessings. When they returned, every man of Judah and Jerusalem and Jehoshaphat in the forefront of them, to go again to Jerusalem with joy. For Yahuah had made them to rejoice over their enemies. And they came to Jerusalem with psalteries and harps and trumpets unto the house of Yahuah. And the fear of Yahuah was on all the kingdoms on those countries, when they had heard that Yahuah fought against the enemies of Yisrael. So the realm of Jehoshaphat was quiet, for his Elohim gave him rest round about. And Jehoshaphat reigned over Judah. He was 35 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 25 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Azubah, the daughter of Shihai. Look at this. When we learn to sing praises unto Yahuah, he will fight for us. Isaiah 40. Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard that the everlasting Yahuah, the Elohim, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary? There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon Yahuah shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and shall not faint. There was a chorus that we used to sing years ago using this very verse. They that wait upon the Lord. That's what we would say, right? They that wait upon Yahuah shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, right? So that's what we can do. We can get verses from the very word of Yahuah and make them songs to strengthen us. Psalms 27. Yahuah is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Yahuah is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should camp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing I have desired of Elohim, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of Yahuah all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of Yahuah, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock. And now shall my head be lifted up above my enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto Elohim. Hear, Yahuah, when I cry with my voice, have mercy upon me and answer me. When thou saidest, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Yahuah, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O Elohim of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then Yahuah will take me up. Teach me your way, O Yahuah. Lead me in a plain path because of my enemies. Deliver me not over into the will of my enemies, for false witnesses are risen against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I have fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of Elohim in the land of the living. Wait on Yahuah, be of good courage, he shall strengthen thy heart. I say, wait on Yahuah. And this is another one they used to sing. Yahuah is my light and my salvation. Yahuah is my light and my salvation. Yahuah is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? So in this one, Yahuah is admonishing us again to sing. Sing. David said that he sing. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto Yahuah. Acts 16, verses 16 through 40. And it came to pass as we went to prayer, a certain damsel, possessed with a spirit of divination, met us, which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying. The same followed Saul and us, and cried, saying, These men are the servants of the Most High, which show unto us the way of salvation. And this did she many days. But Paul, Saul, being grieved, turned and said to the spirit, I command you in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach to come out of her. And he came out that same hour. And when her masters saw that the hope of their gains was gone, they caught Paul and Silas, Saul and Silas, and drew them into the marketplace unto the rulers, and brought them to the magistrates, saying, These men, being Jews, do exceedingly trouble our city, and teach customs which are not lawful for us to receive, neither to observe, being Romans. And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates rent off their clothes and commanded to beat them. And when they had laid many stripes, they had beat them severely upon them. They cast them into prison, charging the jailer to keep them safely, who, having received such a charge, thrust them into the inner prison and made their feet fast into stocks. And at midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto Yahuah, and the prisoners heard them. So listen, they weren't just singing between themselves. I mean, it was getting good. They were singing so loud that the other prisoners heard them. And you think about it, they were in the inner prison. They were far away, so deep back that they couldn't escape out if they wanted to on their own volition. So they're way in the back in the inner prison, and they're singing praises. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken, and immediately all the doors were open, and everyone's bands were loosed. Everybody was loosed. Not just Saul and Silas, but everybody in prison's bands were loose. And the keeper of the prison, awakened out of his sleep and seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisoners had been fled. But Saul cried out with a loud voice, saying, "Do not thyself any harm, for we are all here." Then he called for a light and sprang in and came trembling and fell down before Saul and Silas and brought them out and said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" And they said, "Believe on Yeshua HaMashiach, and you shall be saved and your house." And they spake unto him the word of Yahuah and to all that were in his house. And he took them that same hour of the night and washed their stripes and was baptized, he and all his house. And he took them the same hour and washed their stripes and were baptized, he and all his house. Isn't that something? What the works of Yahuah can do through us, praising him in the time of our troubles. And when it was day, the magistrate sent the sergeant, saying, "Let those men go." And the keeper of the prison told this saying to Paul, "The magistrates have sent to let you go now, therefore depart and go in peace." But Shaul said unto them, "They have beaten us openly, uncondemned, being Romans, and have cast us into prisons. Now do they thrust us out privately? Nay, verily. But let them come themselves and fetch us out." And the sergeants told these words unto the magistrates, and they feared when they had heard that they were Romans. And they came and besought them and brought them out and desired them to depart out of the city. And they went out of the prison and entered into the house of Lydia. And when they had seen the brethren, they comforted them and departed. Sing unto Yahuah in our times of troubles and dismay. Sing unto him. Take the word that he's already given us and turn them into songs, or take the very situation that you're in and make songs out of them. So I'm going to share just a little bit of some different little lines that I've had during our different times. In 2009, I felt Yah say to leave the city up in one of the states and to move to a place that he told me to move to, and I did. And in that move, I misunderstood. I thought I was supposed to go to one state, and that wasn't the place. And in time, as the weeks went on, I realized I was supposed to be somewhere else. So different things happened. I had my household in storage in one state. I left another state, and I moved to one state, and it's just, I was traveling. So it came to a time when I did move. I did settle where I know he told me to settle. And the company that was storing my furniture was going out of business. And they said I had to get my things. And so I owed $4,500, right? So I'm driving down the road, and I was constantly putting it before Yah, talking to him about it. Where am I going to get $4,500 from? And this song came out. $4,500 is like the wall of Jericho. I walk all around it, knowing I've got the victory. You're coming down in the name of Yah, 'cause I've got the victory. And I would keep singing that, right? Just keep singing it. And then it said, "I've got the victory." And I would just sing it and sing it and sing it. And and I won't go into the whole song, but the way he brought it from out of my spirit was that this is like the wall of Jericho. This is nothing, you know. It is finished. It is finished. It is done. The walls crumbling down, and I tell you, the $45 came from different ways, but it came miraculously. But I sang to that problem. And then also too during that move, um, I had a health issue. Well, they said I had asthma for years, but it came upon me as an adult, and just on and on. But I was determined to get off the asthma pumps. And I will not advise anybody to do this if you're not hearing from Yahuah to do this. So I tried like maybe 2 or 3 different times, and then I got sick and I had to get back on them. And doctors are getting upset with me because I'm not doing what they tell me to do. Well, in 2010, I decided I'm going to try again. And I did. But I had a song that came to me again. And it was, my lungs are free, my lungs are free, my lungs are free. My lungs are free, my lungs are free from all debris. My lungs are free, my lungs are free from any wheezing. My lungs are free, my lungs are free from any wheezing. And so the song goes on and goes on and goes on. Well, it did take a few weeks, maybe a couple of months. And my son was getting a little concerned because at night I would be coughing awful. But Yah blessed that, and he heard and he saw the desire of my heart, and the faith was there, because without believing, it's impossible to please him. So, but it took several trials. So like I said again, I advise you to know that you know what you know before you try anything like this. And I'm saying that was 2010. This is January 2022. I have not had another asthma pump. I was supposed to take it twice a day, and then 2 puffs twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, and then I had a rescue inhaler. I have not needed one again. Praise be to Yah. So I'm very, very, very grateful that I've never been on that regimen again. But it took singing a song, and I sang it every day, throughout the day. Whenever it come to my heart, I would sing it. And I would say that the coughing was like those people, who is it? The princes that dug the well, and the nobles of the people digging it by the direction of the lawgiver with their staves in Numbers 21, when they were singing to that part of the land to get their water to spring up. So I had to do something. I had to read the word, trust Yah, but it came to pass. But that was another one of my little jingles. And then just recently, I'd say like maybe 3 years ago, I was getting ready for work, and I don't remember clearly, but evidently there was something, trying to get my health. And I remember the jingle came, disease is a defeated foe. 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 And then there's some verses that go with that. And then maybe about 2 years ago, I woke up one morning and this jingle was on my heart. All needs are met. 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 And then it goes into according to your riches and glory. But just to encourage you that we can sing our deliverance. Find different verses that you want to stand on it and sing it. Jehoshaphat they did not have to fight. It was a great multitude that was coming against them, thinking they were going to utterly destroy them. Well, the enemy always thinks he's going to utterly destroy every trial we go through. He hopes that's going to be the one that's going to take us down. Well, what's coming upon the face of the earth, he is angry with the woman The remnant of the woman who were commandment keepers. Read Revelations 12. He's angry with us and he's going to wage a war against us. He's coming against us with great wrath. But we have got to know how to stand. We've got to know how to stand. And so one of the weapons would be sing. Sing. They say that the African slaves sang all the time. They sang. And so we are going to have to know how to sing, know how to stand on the word, get the word in you, make it a song out of it. Yah evidently likes music. He definitely likes for us to believe in him. In Jeremiah 32 and 27, he tells us that he is Elohim and there is nothing too hard for him. So when we sing, that's showing that we're praising him, because to praise means we're trusting. And so let's sing our deliverance to see great things happen. Sing. Who would have thought, when Shaul and Silas were in prison, they were singing, and it's noted in Acts anyways that the apostles counted it a joy to be able to suffer for the name of Yahushua. But when they sang, they weren't singing knowing that was going to happen, but it did. So we learn from what we read, from how our brothers and sisters of the Most High have gotten their deliverance. And this is one way that a few people that I've included in this, they got their deliverance. The children of Yisrael in the wilderness, they needed water. And they said, spring up, oh well, sing you unto it. We got to do it. Jehoshaphat was, he was victorious because first of all, he knew to go to Yahuah. He knew how to bring back to Yahuah his word. You said, if we come here and look to you, what you would do for us, whether it was pestilence or famines. Oh, wait a minute. Let me find that again, because I just really and truly like that. And I think that'd be encouragement to us. Okay. So, verse 8, and it says, verse 7, are you not our Elohim who did drive out the inhabitants of this land before your people Israel and give it to your seed, to the seed of Abraham, your friend forever? And they dwelt therein and have built you a sanctuary therein for your name, saying, if when evil come upon us as the sword, judgment, pestilence, or famine, and we stand before this house in your presence, for your name is in this house, and we cry unto you in our affliction, then you will hear and help. Well, we know we are now the temple, and his name ought to be in us. When we know his name, what is his name? Yahuah. We know his name. We know his name. We know his name. And doesn't he say different times throughout the word that there's deliverance in his name? But so many people don't even know his name. We know his name. His name is Yahuah. So whether it is sword, judgment, pestilence, or famine, my, we can call on his name. So Jehoshaphat did that, and then he obeyed the word as it came to him. The word was, the battle's not yours. It is Elohim's. Praise him. What a mighty deliverance. And that's what we can expect. So in this, remember that we are Baruch when we revere him and we trust in him. Praise Yah. And when we sing praises unto him, sing praises. And this is such a reminder to me. I have not been singing like I should. I have not been praising him like I should. And I've got to get back to that. And it's you feel the weight. I feel the weight lifted when I get into a good praise, a good song that comes from my spirit, from just knowing the word and knowing his character and how he's already moved in so many different ways for me and for others. We have got to get there We've got to get there. We can't even imagine what is coming. We have an idea of the pestilence and the famine and the troubles that's coming, but we really have nothing to compare. There's been a few instances in history that we can look at and somewhat compare it, but he said that this day is coming that has never been so on the earth. Never. That's how drastic it's going to be. So we've got to learn the different tactics, war tactics, to be able to survive, because Daniel talks about how we will possess the kingdom. We will be overcomers, because that which is thought to happen is going to happen, but not to the degree that the one sending it thinks is going to be. We are victorious, 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 victorious. We have victory. That's another jingle. Victory, victory. Everywhere I go, everything I do, I've got the victory, because I look to you. Yes. We can make little, and I think it thrills his heart to hear his children, dancing around him, singing, what we're looking for him to do, because what we're saying is, y'all, we know that you're able to do this for us. We know that you're the great one. Anyways, as I close, just want to remind you that our victory is in knowing who he is, because we always win when we're on his side, when we're in his camp, when we're looking to him, when we call on his name. We have victory. We win. But how do we win? We win in Yahuah, and we saw this with Jehoshaphat. We win in him because the battle is his. We have got to stop trying to fight our battles. And in this time that's coming, if we go through a time where it seems like there's a famine, that there's no food to eat, if we don't eat today, doesn't mean we won't eat tomorrow. We praise him. Thank you, Yah. Thank you, Yah, for being our provider. Thank you, Yah. Thank you, Yah, for knowing how to feed us. You fed Elijah by sending a raven with food. We thank you, Yahuah, for knowing how to feed us. We praise you, Yahuah, lifting up your precious name. That's how easy it is. All right. Praise Yahuah. Praise Yahuah, the name in which deliverance comes. Is he not a deliverer? Always has been. We got to build up our most holy faith, Jews said, by praying in the spirit of Yahuah. Revere him, look to him, know that the battle is his. Continue to be commandment keepers.